What's up, guys? How's it going? Hey, we got a sub. Good timing. Four door JM. What's up, guys? Not putting a countdown. Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe we'll add that at some point. But I also never know exactly what time I'm going to start, so I just go with it. Sleepy Potato, what's going on? Hey, man. Hey, JM. Okay. I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes and then we'll start right at 8:30. If you guys can just let me know if the music is too loud and I'll turn it down. Because I don't want it to be too distracting when we're trying to learn. Late night grind yesterday. Yeah, I have a problem with Bullet. Whenever I have a spare minute, I'm always playing games. Even when I should probably be doing other things. I'm debating quitting Bullet Chess one day. One day I might just quit. But it hasn't happened yet. Okay, it's 8:30, so we will get started. So, as you probably gathered from the thumbnail, we're going to be looking at the Traxler, and my goal for this stream is to, at least for the first part of the stream, I want to learn as much as we possibly can about the Traxler and figure out, especially from White's perspective, how to respond to it, but I'm also going to look at maybe some lines for Black too. We'll see. But people have been playing this against me quite a bit when I play this knight g5 move. And it usually doesn't turn out so well in blitz games. So we're going to try to use the computer to help us and figure out what exactly we can play against the Traxler. So let's just do a recap for anyone who is unfamiliar. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and Black could choose to go into a Gyuko piano type of setup or play the 2 knights with knight f6. And the main line against the 2 knights is to play knight g5, immediately threatening f7, and then the main line here for Black is d5. And then you take it, and usually knight a5 will happen. But Black has the option to play the move bishop to c5. This is the Traxler. And basically black is saying, go ahead, take my pawn. I don't even care. I'm just going to leave it. And we actually have two options. We could take with the bishop or with the knight. And black is kind of trying to get a counterattack going here. And after the obvious knight takes and get the fork, there's bishop takes f2 check. And if you take it, there's like fireworks that happen. The knight can come in, and then you've got to either go king e3 or king g1, and it's actually pretty good for black, even though a lot of times black just plays most of the game down a rook. You know, our king is like not safe at all. So there's that, and then there's also you can take with the bishop instead of the knight, which seems to be, from just like a real preliminary look, it seems to be a little bit safer for white. You just take with check, and then you bring the bishop back. And the reason you bring the bishop back is because if you leave it sit there, black's going to play h6 next move, and once your knight moves, then they just take your bishop. So your bishop's kind of vulnerable, even though it doesn't look like it, because h6 is coming next. So that's why you just move it back. And then I think, let's see, the main move is rook f8. Yeah, so basically black's just kind of piling up pressure here, even though their king is a little bit unsafe as well. So that's kind of the very, very basic high level. And what I want to do now is really just get into like some specific lines and see if we can figure out a solid response as white. Yeah, so let's go back and figure out what to do here. And I want to actually adjust the settings here. I'm going to turn it on so we get all different games from all different ratings, just because I want to see what the majority of people are playing. Yeah, so most players take with the knight, and then close second is bishop takes. Okay. So let's start with the knight, because if this is playable and there's some like good line for white, this is pretty forcing, because we have the fork. It basically forces black to go ahead with the sacrifice. So let's just look a little bit here. So takes on f2. Now we can play king f1, which is what the engine is recommending, and this is what I played for a while, and I thought it was like good for me. After queen e7, so black has to save the queen, then we just take the rook. But then there's this move d5, which people have been playing recently, and I keep making the mistake in my bullet games of taking it with the bishop. And when you take with the bishop, there's a little trick here, bishop g4, and my queen's trapped. I've fallen for the same thing multiple times just because I just instantly take it, and then I'm like, wait, this is the line where my queen gets trapped. Yeah, so this is bad, which means after d5, you have to take with the pawn. And then what's the move for black? Yeah, knight to d4. See, right now the engine's saying it's good for white, but I'm pretty sure... Let's keep going a little bit, because I thought that this was pretty good for black eventually. So I'm going to let it analyze a little bit. It's saying d6. I wonder what the idea of d6 is. Why would we just voluntarily give that pawn up? I mean, it lets the bishop through, maybe so the knight can escape on f7. Next best move is h3, which looks pretty bad. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not as good. d6. Okay, d6 is played the second most common. Let's see c3. This is what's played most. Okay, that's good for black. Bishop g4 is good for black, and I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to learn a line that's just bad. So let's look at this d6 line a little bit further, because right now it's showing it's pretty good for white. So queen takes d6 is the best move. The most commonly played move is c takes d6. All right, we'll go with the best move for right now. So queen takes. So, okay, let's let it analyze for a little bit. Let's let it get to depth 26 at least. 25 right now. Still showing white is up about a pawn, which honestly is not a lot because we have the rook and it's only showing up a pawn, which means black has a lot of compensation. Okay, so it's saying c3. So we attack the knight. Pretty obvious stuff. And then bishop g4. Okay. Wow. Okay, and then queen a4 check. So I'm going to go ahead a few moves. Queen a4 check. What is it saying for black? b5. I mean, this is some wild stuff. Like, what if just a normal move like blocking? What happens here? Oh, then you just take the bishop? Oh, that evaluation bar is all over the place. Okay, takes. Queen f6 check. See, now it's more equal. No, it's still better. King e1. Sometimes you have to help the engine along by like making some moves just so that it can get further. See, now it's saying equal. See that? If it's saying equal, even though white's up a rook and a piece, actually, if it's saying equal, there's either a perpetual check somewhere or black has a ton of compensation. So let's see, g3, knight f3 check, king f2, queen back to f6, bishop d5 or rook f1. I would probably play, let's try rook f1, knight takes h2 check, king g1, knight f3. So this is the perpetual check, just back and forth. Okay. Don't really like that. We don't want to play this opening and get a draw. So let's go back. All that to say that d6, c3, queen a4. Okay, so that's what happened there. And we end up with a perpetual check. Now that was after knight d7, which was my sort of idea. But b5 was what the engine was saying. Bishop takes, knight takes. Wow, and now king takes f2. Bishop back to d... Well, hold on, it's changing. Let's see. Either queen b6 or bishop d7. Keeps changing. Hey, Benz. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome. We are learning about the Traxler. We're going to find the best line for white. We're going to figure it out by the end of the stream. All right, so bishop d7. Queen to d1. This is like so weird. So you play c3, chase the knight, you go queen a4 check. After b5, you don't take it, you take this, and then you bring the queen back to d1. Like, this is the weirdest line. Castles, knight f7 with another fork by the same knight. That's interesting. Queen f8. This is the line. This is so weird. I mean, look at this. This is so weird. Now, it's not even saying to take it. What happens if you take it? Oh, mate in 5. This is nuts. This is nuts. You got to play rook e1 or rook f1. Let him take your knight. So why did we even fork in the first place? I don't know. I don't even know if the engine knows what's going on. King g1. And so we end up with this position. 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns. Black has 5 pawns. So we're up the exchange, but all our pieces are stuck back here, and black is like ready to go attack our king. And the engine says we're up a pawn. Yeah, see, this is not... If you're going to play a line like this where you're up a bunch of material, you want the evaluation to be more than a pawn, because that means that black has so much compensation. This is not what I want to play. So, all right, let's go back. Let's see if we can find something else. So d6 seems to not turn out awesome. Now, we didn't have to play c3, did we? What was the other move? Knight f7. Let's see this one. Knight f7. Only real move for black seems to be queen to c5. Okay, so we'll check this. Do we have any ideas? d3 is the top move. Let's let it analyze a little bit here. You're not GMs. Yeah, I know. So once I like find the best line, I'm gonna go back and summarize everything and then explain it to everyone. But right now I have to figure out what it is because I'm not an expert on this. So this is like my process of how I go about learning and opening that I don't really know. So once I find it, I will definitely share what I think you should play if you're white. But we're still on the hunt right now. So let's try D3. Let's go with this bishop G4 move because that seems to be like a pretty common idea. Queen to D2. And then bishop H4. That's a tough move to find, I guess. Well, I guess not. I mean, you're gotta save your bishop, so bishop H4 makes sense. Okay. And then knight C3. See, at least this line, I like that we're getting some pieces out. This is scary for sure. But like if black just does something, I don't know what a natural move is. What's a natural move? Maybe like, no. Can't castle because the knight. That's actually annoying because it stops black from castling. So this is a potential move. I like this. So the only real move that the engine is finding is B5, which is a weird move to play. Let's say black played something like C6. Oh, then you're just completely winning. You bring the queen here, and yeah, you're just crushing. Okay, so B5. Then knight takes E5. What's the idea of that? Nope, now it's changing. Queen E3, B4. So the engine doesn't know what to play, basically. Let's look at knight takes E5. What happens? You lose your bishop, but you take over here. Then the knight takes. It's finding a perpetual check. So if you ever see 0 like this, 0, 0, that means there's a perpetual check somewhere, most likely. Especially in positions like this where it's wide open. I don't really like that. Knight E4, Queen H5, G3, castle's long. This looks real scary. Yeah, this looks real scary. I don't like that. Let's go back. So after B5, I guess you gotta go with B4 is what it's saying. Jumping all over the place. But Queen E7 seems to be the move for black. Bishop to B3. Okay. This is looking somewhat promising. Let's see. Knight to D5. Why not B4 after bishop to H4? Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at now, right? B4. So we take on D5. Queen goes to F6 check. How do we get out of this? King to G1. Bishop to E2 is the only move. That's a weird looking move. I guess that's the idea. Not easy to find, I don't think, though, in a game. And then we play bishop to F3 to block. Okay, this line I like because there's some moves here that are pretty tough to find for black. And if they don't find them, then we're just completely winning. So this looks pretty good. Let's see what happens. Captures. Ooh, and then we have to play Queen E3. That's interesting. What if we take it? Are we just lost? Oh yeah, there's a fork. That's why. Okay. So Queen E3. I mean, there's so many ways, though, that black can go wrong. Like, let's say they take this. Yeah, then we're just completely winning. Okay. Let's say they take with the queen, then we're winning here. Okay, so they have to take with the king. And then we take... Okay, so this seems like a pretty good line. So let's see if I can remember what we even looked at. So we're going to go back. I think this was... After D6, we played Knight F7. Yes. Okay. So basically, at this point, when we take here, this is pretty much forced. Otherwise, it's just bad for black. So that's going to happen. And then, what did I just say the move was? King F1, right? Yeah, King F1. My brain's like already having a hard time. And then Queen E7, okay. We take the rook, D5. We have to take with the pawn. The knight basically has to come in. D6, okay. This is the best move. And then we play knight to F7. Now, I'm checking the database. So knight to F7 has been played. It's the second most common move. So it's not going to be a complete surprise to Traxler players if they know what they're doing. But we're already pretty deep into this. What move is this? Move 10? Yeah, I mean, this is pretty deep, depending on how much black has studied it. So we play knight F7. Queen C5. Yeah, that is the top move played. Okay. So Queen C5. D3, top move played also. Okay. I'm looking at these moves down here because I want to see, do most players with black know the correct moves or not? So far they do. Looks like bishop G4. Okay, most common move, Queen D2. And then here, bishop H4. Yeah, so most players definitely know the idea. Knight to C3. B5. Oh, is this where somebody had said B4 instead of knight C3? Let's just look at that for a second. Queen E7. And then knight C3. Okay, that's interesting change up of the ordering there. I don't know if that benefits us. This is okay. Let's go back to the other line we looked at. So I think it was, yeah, knight C3, B5. That was bad. It was B4, right? Yeah, B4. Okay. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. And now you can see there's only been a few games that have made it this far. Only six games where black played Queen E7. 6 games out of millions of games or whatever. That's not very many. So this is pretty rare territory. Now that's a lot to remember. That is a lot to remember. But I like this. I like this line for white. It does get a little tricky. Where did it get tricky at? Wasn't there one move that was... Yeah, right here. Check, king over, and then bishop to e2. So this is tricky. You have to remember to play bishop f3 to block the queen, but you don't take it. You just move your queen here. That's a little tricky to remember, but yeah, you don't take it. You play here. But if you do that, you come out ahead. Okay, cool. So I want to promote this film. Let's make this the main line. Okay, there we go. And let's, does anyone have questions before I continue on? Now that we kind of found a line that seems somewhat good for white. All right, so let's just recap. We take it here. We're forcing the, basically forcing this because the only other option apparently isn't very good for black. So takes, we don't want to take, it seems like it gives black too many options. Knight takes e4 with the queen coming out is really strong. So we're gonna play king f1. And we have the threat still. So black has to play queen e7. So this is pretty straightforward. We take the rook. Pretty obvious. d5, basically black's only chance, like if they played anything else, like let's say they played something like d6. Yeah, 5.9. So this is great for us. Now it's still kind of tricky as to why, but we can figure that out later if we need to. Any other moves, like moving the bishop? What if they take here? Let's see, that looks like maybe it could be a move. Oh yeah, okay. Queen h5, completely winning. So they can't take. If they move the bishop back, then we just do something normal. After queen f8, we go here to block off this diagonal. Okay. So basically d5, pretty much only move. We can't take with the bishop, or you get your queen trapped. So don't make that mistake. Have to take with a pawn. And then the knight's under attack. Like, there's not a lot of other moves besides knight d4. Bishop g4 is a move. Yeah, this is the second most common move played, but it's really bad. Why is it bad? Because bishop to e2 takes. Wow. It was actually jumping between king takes. Okay, it looks like queen takes is better. Yeah, queen takes looks obvious. Knight d4. You take on f2. And then after castles, you should play b3, get your bishop out. I guess you're giving up this rook, but you probably don't care. I guess you have this too. Okay, so this is fine. So bishop g4 is not good because you have bishop e2, and then takes, and you take the bishop, you play b3, and you're fine. Okay, so knight d4, pretty much probably the only other logical move that makes sense. It's the most commonly played move. Knight a5 is played a couple times. That's really bad. You just go check, and then you take here. Okay, fine. I don't want to spend too much time on that. So let's go knight d4. You play d6. So now that we know that knight f7 is coming, I guess that's the idea. That's why we played d6, because you want to let the bishop go here so you can play knight f7. Okay, so that makes sense. Takes, and then we play knight f7. Threatening the queen. Yeah, so most common move, queen c5. There's not a whole lot of other options. The only thing that I could see, maybe someone would play queen f8, but you already have that file blocked. And so, yeah, then you just play c3, and it's really good for us. So, okay, queen c5, because it threatens the bishop. Yeah, good question. How important is it to know the theory? So especially at the lower levels, when I used to study these opening lines, I actually would spend more time studying the bad lines that looked logical, because I knew people would actually play those. As I got higher and higher, now that at master level, most people, more often than not, they play better moves as opposed to the worst moves. So I spend more time on the better moves now. But yeah, you absolutely have to look at some of those bad moves and understand why they're bad. Sometimes you have to figure it out because you can't like prepare for every single bad move. But like some common obvious ones you probably do want to take a look at. So like we'll see an example here in a second, I think. So queen c5, we play d3, pretty logical move, defends the bishop, lets this out. And then like right here, suppose black let's see, what other moves that black played? b5. Some people played b5, which actually isn't that terrible. But that's a move that I would want to know what to do against, because it looks obvious enough. Like push the pawn, attack the bishop, why not? what do we play? King takes f2. Ooh, yeah, so see, this is one that I guess you do want to learn, because putting your king into a discovered attack like that, if you don't know why the engine is telling you to do that, this could end very badly. So like, I want to know what happens after this, maybe. I don't know, that seems like a logical move, right? Bishop to e3, okay. And so you're not losing the rook because you've got this attacking the queen. So, all right, that makes sense to me now. What about this? I'm going to check, make sure I understand. Oh, okay, I just take it because even though I'm losing my queen, well, then I'm taking this. And trading queens when you're up a rook basically is going to be like winning the game. So, all right. What about this move? Because now I can't go bishop e3. What's the idea? d4. Same idea. Black can't take the rook because I'm attacking the queen. Now, what about this bishop? That's kind of weird. Let's see. Knight takes e5. So this is definitely a line that I would want to learn, because this is pretty, let's see, b5 is pretty logical. And then putting my king into this is pretty scary. So I want to know, this was the bishop e3 one. And then on knight c2, we play d4. And after this, we take with the knight. Okay. Yeah, this is tricky. Knight to e4 check. King to g1. Okay. Yeah, and if you don't see him as fast, you know, you would do the same thing, but just kind of take your time with it. This is an opening that you're gonna have to practice. You can't just like see this one time and just remember it. Yeah, I'm not even gonna remember all this stuff, right? Like, I'm gonna have to go over this a couple times. But like, one more here is like, what if they just take the bishop? Because that's kind of what we were doing, attacking the bishop. Then what knight takes e5. See, like, this is weird move. Like, if I'm playing this game, I'm thinking I gotta get out of this discovered check. That's what I'm thinking, but engine's saying no, just take this pawn because you have the pin. So I get that, but I guess the idea is black has no good checks because you can play d4. And then you have this double attack, and it defends your knight. So that seems to be a recurring theme here. If there's a discovered check, you play d4, attacks the queen. Like, okay, I'm going to try to remember that. After bishop b7, this looks super scary, though. Knight takes c4. Wow, queen f5 check. Yeah, this is like not a position that I would want to play. King g1. Why is it getting worse for white as we get further? That's... Yeah, so this is a scary line. This b5 is a scary line. Castles. Queen f1. Okay. So here, I don't know how long I'm going to go down this rabbit trail, because here's the thing. This move, this line has never been played before, right? Like you can see down here, it's no games found. So that tells me it's unlikely that it's going to be played when I play someone playing the trial. It's possible, but it's unlikely. So I'm not going to spend too much time here. It would probably make more sense to go back earlier on and, kind of like you said, spend some more time learning on some other lines that are more commonly played. So for example, even though queen takes d6 is the best move, if you check out what's most commonly played, it's actually taking with the pawn. So now I'm going to go and spend some time learning this one. So c takes d6. Hey Harry, welcome. Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're just going through the Traxler opening and trying to figure out what to play as white. So we're right in the middle of that right now. So I'm going to do a recap here in a little bit. But c takes is not as good because you just take the bishop. And then here I'm looking at probably these two most common moves that are played. So you can see knight e4 check is played a lot, and bishop g4. So let's start with knight e4 check. Ooh, 6. So that's really good. King g1. Queen h4. So there must be some really good defense to this checkmate. What is it? Queen f1. Okay. And I'm thinking, what about this? I'm potentially losing the rook here. Oh, that is the top engine move. Okay. And then what? Queen f7. Ooh, now we get an attack of our own. So this is cool. And then we just play knight to c3. Okay. And the queen still defends this. I assume if this, we can just block with the queen. So even though it's kind of scary, black's king is not safe either, right? And we've got our knight coming in or trading this off. And so yeah, queen e1 check, queen f1. And the best move for black is to trade queens, which we know is probably not going to be good for them. Takes. And yeah, we're just ahead here. Basically up a piece at this point. We have 3 pieces and black only has 2. So this is definitely one that I want to learn, because going back to this spot right here, this is more common than the queen. So I definitely want to learn this one that we just looked at. Taking here, best move, and then knight e4 check. This is a super common idea in the Traxler too. We've seen this before. So it's pretty it's pretty likely that somebody's going to play that and try to come queen h4. So we just have to remember king g1, queen h4, queen f1. This is the idea that we have to remember. Even though black's going to get the rook, it's fine because we end up with a counterattack and we already have a rook up, right, and a piece. We're totally fine giving back a rook. So that's what we want to remember. Yeah, Jay. Yeah, this is very, very dangerous. So let's go back. There's one other move here, bishop g4, that's played quite a bit. So let's see what's the deal with this. Queen f1 looks to be the move. So I'm making a mental note of like queen f1 as a good place for the queen. It seems like this idea of taking the bishop, tucking our king back on g1, and then bringing the queen to f1 to kind of defend all these squares around our king. That's a good maneuver to remember. Even if I don't have this exact line, I'm going to want to remember that just as an idea if I play this, right? So, but in this case, it's the best move. Knight takes c2. Let's let it analyze a little bit. Looks like it's either d4 or h3. Yeah, you guys can memorize them, or you can figure out the reason usually. So let's we'll go back to that one because that's a good question. What was the move that everybody was questioning? Was it knight c3? So it was after c takes, king takes, knight e4 check, king here, queen, knight c3. Was this the moment? Or was there another point? Got something in my eye. Well, let's just say this is the spot. So why do we play knight c3? Here's the deal. Black has checkmate on f2. Now we have it covered with the queen, but if we want to move our queen, do something else, or if our queen gets chased away or blocked off or something like that, this is game over. If we can remove the knight, that doesn't exist anymore. So knight c3 not only is it developing a piece and potentially trading, it's also attacking that very annoying knight. So that's one way to look at it. Now, I guess the follow-up question would be, well, why not a move like d3? Isn't d3 even better? And so what I would do is play d3, and it's still a good move, so there's nothing wrong with that. So I guess the logic is the same. You want to chase this knight away. So d3 is fine, you know, not as good, but the idea is basically the same. Chase the knight away so that there's no more mate threat here. So that's kind of the idea behind knight c3. Okay, so let's go back, and the other move here, we looked at knight e4, we run over here, queen comes to defend and everything is good, we come down. The other move is bishop to g4, attacking the queen, and then again it was queen f1. So queen f1 in both cases. Knight takes c2, so now our rook's hanging, and h3 seems to be the best move. Okay, so here we're just attacking the bishop. Okay, that makes sense, I think, right? Bishop to e6. This hasn't been played in very many games. Let's see, bishop d7. Yeah, there's only a few games, so we'll just go with the main line. Bishop e6, takes, queen to b5 check. So here's another idea of queen f1 that I'm noticing. After the bishop on c4 moves, you can play queen to b5 check. All right, so we're going to keep that in mind. And now it's saying the best move for black is queen d7, but black doesn't want to trade, so they're going to play king f8, most likely. And now we can take on b7, and we are starting to get some threats of our own. And we're still at material, so if we do trade, we're going to come out on top. Okay. Yeah, queen f1 seems like it's important. JM, pandemonium. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Queen c8. If queen c8, then there's checkmate here. So the queen was guarding checkmate, so black can't do that. So this is annoying for black. Probably something like, yeah, rook e8, and then either rook f1 or just developing the knight here. Okay, so now for some people watching this, everything that we just looked at was too overwhelming. Now, if that's you, I think bishop takes f7 is much more of a simple and not quite as crazy solution. So let's check that, because I'm pretty sure it takes king e7. And I'm actually curious, can you do something just like simply like castling? No, because of the idea I talked about, h6, and then you lose a piece. So you can't really simplify it too much. You have to go with bishop c4 or bishop b3. This is probably better because it gives you this option if you need it. Rook f8. And then what if you just castle? I'm trying to like find a simplifying move where your king gets safe. Okay, this is pretty good. Is this common? Yeah, this is actually most commonly played, castles. And then we have d6 is played, h6 is played, and queen e8 is played. Okay, let's see d6. And then we just develop. This is kind of more of a normal, not quite as crazy game, right? So if you are wanting to avoid all the crazy, fireworks, you should play bishop takes f7 check. That's what you should play. And then after king e7, you just go back, and then you're gonna try to play like d3 and castle, or maybe knight c3, just kind of basic moves after rook f8. Knight c3 looks like probably the best one. Queen e8, castle. Yeah, this is more normal chess. It's still kind of wild. You have to be careful. There's lots of things that could happen, right? The queen could come over here still at some point, but not anywhere near like what we just looked at. So if that's you, take with the bishop. If not, if you like the craziness, then what I recommend is you take with the knight. After this, don't take it because that's just not good. Play king f1. They're most likely going to play queen e7. You take the rook. Then you're going to have d5. Don't get your queen trapped by taking with the bishop. You have to take with the pawn because it allows your bishop to come back here. And then after knight d4, the move you want to remember is d6, and then if captured with the queen, you play knight f7. And if the most common move of d takes, then you just take the bishop with your king. And we kind of looked at some of those lines, knight here and bishop here. And so those are the two lines that I would really focus on if you want to learn this. Knight e4 and bishop g4 in this position. If you know both of those lines, I mean, let's just do some math here. 1,042 times king takes f2 was played. And then you got 571, 316, so 8, almost 900. So basically almost 90% of the games at this point either went here or here. So if you learn these two lines 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be well prepared. Yeah, there's going to be that 1 in 10 games where somebody does something else, right? But 90% of the time, you're going to see one of these two moves. So that is my recommendation. This is what I am going to start playing against the Traxler. And actually, I was playing this. The only thing I was doing wrong was I kept taking this with the bishop, like I mentioned earlier, and getting my queen trapped. So I'm going to make sure I don't do that. And then I don't think I knew about this d6 idea. I think I was doing some... I think I would probably just do something like d3 or I don't know, something else. I don't think I would play d6. So that's what I'm going to take away from this study, to play d6. And on queen takes, I play knight f7. On pawn takes, I just take the bishop. And then I have these lines, which I'll probably go through later and try to remember all those. But that's my approach. Take the bishop, think about queen. Yeah, queen f1. That's right. Think about queen f1. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to avoid the Traxler, I guess you can't play knight g5, really. Well, what if you just castle? What if you castle here? Is castling bad? Yeah, it's not great. So you can avoid all that by castling, but it's not ideal because then you let black castle and black gets basically the same kind of setup, except you've kind of wasted your time with knight g5. It's not a good move anymore because black got castled. And so black has like an extra developing move that you don't have. So it's not good. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to avoid this unless you're not going to play knight g5. But this is a really good move, I think, in this position. Like, I wouldn't want to play this without playing knight g5. That's just me. Yeah, you could go with d3. That's the safe route, I guess. That's the safe route, yeah. That's fine. A lot of people do this, now that I think about it. So, any questions? Does everyone feel confident that if you played a game tonight and somebody plays bishop c5, you could get into a good position out of the opening? Quiz. What do you play? You're playing white. Somebody plays this. What do you play and why? Go. Play d3. Yeah, so d3, you could do that, but then again, if you let black castle, black just gets a nice position out of the opening. You're going to be playing at a disadvantage if black gets to castle. Resign in d4. Yeah, if you're a d4 player, that's one option. Alright, so Jay's going to play knight takes f7. Okay. And then black captures. Do we take it? Do we take it? Or do we play king e2 or king f1? What do we do? I'm going to turn off the engine. We'll see if we can remember. I'm going to turn off the engine and I'm going to hide this. And let me turn that off just for a second. It's quiz time. All right, everybody's saying king f1. You guys got it. So we play king f1. Black saves the queen. What do we do next? Okay, most people are saying take the rook. Yes, if we take the bishop, X-Rage, if we take the bishop, then we let black play knight takes e4 with check. And then the queen's coming in, and we're going to probably be in trouble because then we don't even have the rook, right? So at least we want to get some material out of this deal. So we do take the rook. This might happen later. So yeah, we take the rook. And then the move is d5. Now, what do we do? What do we play and what do we avoid? What do we avoid? Jay says take with a pawn. d5, yes, we take d5, but which way is the question. Yes, we have to avoid taking with the bishop. Avoiding the queen trap. Exactly, exactly. You guys got it. So if we take with the bishop, queen gets trapped. So don't do like me when I play bullet. Take with the pawn. Okay? So we have an attack on the knight here. So most likely black is going to play knight to d4. But let's say they mix it up. Let's say black plays bishop g4 on us. What do we do? Queen's under attack. What do we do? Yes, yes. X-Rage d6 is the correct move, but it comes a little bit later and in a different line. That's when they play knight d4. But you got the right idea. d6 is definitely something that we want to keep in mind. But in this case, remember the reason we took with the pawn and not the bishop was so that our queen is not trapped because we can block with the bishop. So because we're under attack, we play bishop to e2. That's right. And then I believe it was like takes, the knight comes in, we take the bishop, and then some other stuff happens. But I just wanted to make sure you guys got that. So let's go back. Black plays knight to d4 instead. And now, as X-Rage just said, we play d6. And let's say black takes with the queen. What do we play? Yeah, Benz, you're a little bit behind. You might be not quite watching live or something. Or it could just be a little lag, I'm not sure. But you're getting the right answers, so that's something. What do we play? Okay, everybody's saying King F7. I mean, I know what you mean, but it's N. It's N F7. K is for king. K is for king. Chess players spell knight wrong. We spell it wrong. Chess players don't know how to spell knight, I guess. King takes F2. So yeah, the move is knight F7. Couple of reasons. Number one was that we gain a tempo, so it attacks the queen. So black has to deal with that. Also blocks this file. You remember sometimes the queen went back there and it's blocked off because of the knight. Also remember it stops black from castling queenside. So that move is actually kind of cool for a couple different reasons. So knight F7 is the move. I don't remember. I feel like this is too risky because knight e4 check. Let's see what the engine says because I actually don't remember myself if this was like losing or what. Yeah, so it's bad mainly because bishop g4, queen e1, knight takes c2, and it's just not looking good. Black's getting all sorts of compensation here. So we don't take that bishop quite yet. We put the knight on f7 first. So knight to f7. And then I'm going to turn off the engine because I'm pretty sure the move was queen c5. And now what do we play? What do we play as white? I think this was a move that actually makes sense as long as you identify the correct threat that black has. Okay, so somebody's saying king takes f2. Any other ideas? Kevin is saying d3. Sleepy Potato saying d3. Okay, so we have two moves that are being thrown out there. Anyone else? d3. Hey, Benz was on time with that one. Yeah, so d3 is the move because we want to defend our bishop. This is, you know, because we looked at that one line, there was a crazy line where you take on f2. It is very tricky. I will give you guys that because I'm even trying to remember, like, when exactly did we take on f2? Because, you know, we were lining up for the discovered check, right? But I know it was definitely later because bishop e3 was one move. So it can't be now because we don't have bishop e3. So d3 is the move to defend the bishop. And we want to let this guy out, right? Because it controls a lot of squares. And it also gives us more space for our queen, our knight, if our king ever needed to run there. Just a really good move to get in there. So d3 defends the bishop. All right. Now is when I don't remember. I think we looked at b5. I'm pretty sure we looked at b5 and let's check b5. What do we play against b5? I'm gonna do this one with you guys because I don't remember. So I have the engine off. I'm just thinking on my own, and then I want you guys to throw out your moves, and we will go and check ourselves in a second. So what do we play after b5? Okay, I have my move. I think I have the move that we play, and I have my reasons, but I want to see what you guys are saying. Bishop to b2. Okay, bishop to b2 is right here. I'm not sure if you're saying bishop b3, Gary. Maybe bishop b3 is the idea. Knight. Somebody's saying knight e5. Okay. Benz is saying king takes f2. Gary, bishop b3. Okay, so just retreating the bishop. Bishop b3 looks like a fairly good idea because we're getting out of the attack and we're also defending this pawn. So I like that. I actually like that as an idea. Eat the bishop. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think this is the moment where we put our king into the discovered check. I think it is. And the reason I think it is because I remember there was like both of these threats and there was the pawn could just take our bishop. So Deepak says knight to a3. Knight to a3, then you're losing the bishop, and I don't know that you're getting enough in return. See, like at least this way, if we lose our bishop, we're getting one of black's bishops, and so that's kind of the idea. Let's turn on the engine, make sure we remembered it correctly. Yes, king takes f2 is the move. Okay, and I just want to check. Let's check. Gary had said bishop to b3. Let's just see what black would play in that case. Bishop to g4. Ooh, queen doesn't really have anywhere to go except to d2. Bishop to e2 check. Wow. And we either give up our queen or we take this and then we give up our queen that way. So, good to know. It was a good idea, but we can see not ending well. And if we try to block, then there's this fork here, also losing our queen. So, good to know that. Basically, allowing black to do this, forcing our queen to a bad square, and then falling into that was not good. So, good to know. We do take it. That's correct. And now, let's see if we can figure out. I'm going to turn off the engine again, and I'm going to do this one with you guys. So let's say knight takes c2. What move do we play and why? Ben said wait. What about d4? We'll go back and check that in a second. I think, let's see, d4. We'll check it in just a second. I don't remember. Okay, so somebody's saying bishop to e3. Bishop to e3. d4, king f2. King's on f2, maybe king e2, Gary is saying. Hey Rahul, what's going on? King f1. Bishop. So bishop e3 was a line when the knight went over to b3. The reason we can't do it now is because black will just take it. So you're not wrong in remembering that was an idea, but it's not right here. I believe the move here was d4 because we want to put pressure on the queen and block the check. Why would anyone do this to themselves? Because you're up a rook. You're up a rook. I mean, a rook is a big piece. And you have to remember, we're playing all the best moves for black. So most people aren't going to do this. They're going to play something wrong and then you can just win easier. This is if they play the best move. So if you're playing against a grandmaster, this is how you beat the grandmaster, basically. All right. So the idea was d4, I believe. Let's just double check because I don't trust myself that much. Yes. So d4. king g3 is a move as well, but we're going to go with d4 because that's what we had learned. And the point was the queen's under attack. If takes, well, then we're trading queens, which is good for us. And if takes here, I think I remember the move. Oh, I already have the engine on anyway, so you guys probably just saw it. The move is knight takes e5. Yeah, this was the weird line where the knight comes back. We have the attack on the queen. The knight comes into e4. King goes back to g1. Okay, so we're getting kind of far. I think we've taken this long enough. I just wanted to get past the discovered attack part to make sure we remember that. So let's go back. b5. I think Gary had said bishop to b3, which we said wasn't good because bishop to g4, queen to d2, and somebody had asked after knight takes here, no, sorry, after check takes, they had said d4, which looks like a good plan. But the issue is, what's the issue? Knight takes d4. Okay, so here's a good question for everyone. This line is completely winning for black. What is so different? What is so different about this line where we play d4 and the line that we just looked at where we played d4 when the knight went to c2 when we blocked with d4? What is different about those two lines? Who can tell me the answer to that question? So just to recap, the two lines that I'm talking about are after b5, if we play bishop to b3, the bishop comes in, queen goes up, check, takes, discover check, we block it with d4, we block it with d4, and black captures. This is really bad for us. The other line was we take the bishop, the knight comes into c2, check, and we play d4 here. Why is this line okay for us and the other one's not? Like, takes. What is so different? That's the question. See, this line is +5. That means we're up a rook. If I go back, sorry, I'm all over the place, I realize. b5, bishop b3, here, check, takes, d4. Here, we're down minus 6.8. Why is it so different? Rahul says a bishop exists at e2. Okay, what else do we see? Hanging knight. Okay. The knight on f7 can't come back. Okay. We no longer can block with the bishop. So, lots of good ideas. The queen can just take the knight. This knight, if it comes back here, yeah, queen can just take it. That's right. I think you guys are saying mostly the right stuff. I believe the king is discovered. Yeah, we still have a problem here. So I believe the biggest thing that somebody said was that there's a bishop on e2. This is a very big difference. So that's one thing. Very big difference about the position. And I'm going to see if I can find the line so I can just click right to it. Let's see. Where is that line at? Knight takes c2. Here we go. Okay. This was the other line where we played d4. Takes. So similar pieces, okay, as far as the material count. Like black has 3 pieces, we have our 3 pieces, and we're up the rook. So as far as material goes, this position and the last position, very similar. But the difference, like somebody pointed out, this bishop is way over here as opposed to e2 right next to our king. So that's one thing. The other big thing is our knight is now into the game and defended, and we have a threat. Okay, so we have some action going on there. The other thing, there's no discovered check on our king waiting to destroy us, right? In the other position, the queen was there, the knight was there, there was a discovered check. And our queen was like on d2, which is an awkward square because it kind of blocks in our own bishop. And so I believe when you add up all those things, it makes a huge difference in the position. So, does that make sense to everyone? Like why very similar lines, very similar idea of playing d4, but in one case it's so much different. Like now the pawn on d4 is kind of defended. It kind of blocks off this diagonal. You know, if black takes it, then we just have a queen trade and we're happy. The other position, you know, black had a knight sitting there, right? Where's the other position at? I'll click on it for a second. Sorry. This is the other position. So again, same material, but the bishop's in our face. There's a discovered check. There's actually a fork here that's about to happen. Our knight is about to get captured. This diagonal is open. This bishop is blocked. You see the difference, right? So interesting little exercise there. All right, I think we got it. I think everybody understands. So let's say we played d3 instead of b5. Let's say, and I'm going to turn off the engine because I want to do this myself as well. Let's say black decides to play bishop to g4 instead of b5. What do we play and why? What do we play and why? Yeah, queen d2, it kind of looks like it's the only move, honestly, right? Queen's under attack, it's trapped to go anywhere else. And so, yeah, I think this is a pretty easy one. Queen to d2, I think you're right. Let's check the engine. Queen d2 is correct. All right, and let's try to figure out what do we play against bishop to e2 check. Okay, sleepy potato. Let's go back. That's a good question. He said, would b4 be too crazy? B4. I don't think it's too crazy. Because if takes, we're trading queens, which is probably a good thing for us. I'm thinking. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Let's see what the engine says. B4. Oh, it says it's equal. Okay, yeah, so B4, good idea. Kind of a counterattack instead of dealing with the queen. I'm not sure. It looks like after queen b6, then we have to play queen d2 anyway, so we kind of just threw in those two moves, which I don't really know how that affects the position, but yes, b4 was playable, so good idea. Okay, so we play queen d2, bishop comes in check. Somebody says king f2, only move. We could sacrifice here, is the other idea, for 2 pieces. but I don't think we need to do that. And we give up our queen if we do that. So yeah, we take here. Now we do have this discover check. So let's see. Let's turn off the engine for a second. Let's turn off the engine, and I'm just going to pretend black is playing, and black decides, boom, here's a discover check and an attack on our queen. So what do we do now? What do we do now? Some people are saying queen to e3. Okay. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to play that? Everybody's saying queen e3. Wow. I'm not playing queen e3 here. Wow. Everybody says queen e3. So, alright. It's a good idea because it blocks the check. And it gets out of the attack from the knight. But there's one other problem, I think, with this move. Does anyone see it? Yes, I think I would play the move d4, but why is this bad? What are we missing here? Yes, Jared, Jay, there you go. There's a fork here, right? So I think that's why queen e3 is no good. This is a nasty fork. Yes. So d4. Now, if you guys remembered the exercise we just did a little bit ago, it almost looks pretty similar to this position, doesn't it? Where the bishop was on e2, the knight was on d4, our knight was over here. Remember that? There's one big difference, though, that I'm noticing. Can anyone tell me what the difference is? If we play d4 and black takes with the knight, what's the difference about the position? Does anyone notice it? There's one thing that's different. Any ideas? Nobody knows? Yeah, there you go. We still got the bishop. Nice job. Remember before we had moved the bishop back, it had gotten captured. It was almost the exact same position, but now we have the bishop still sitting there. So I believe that makes a big difference. We have an extra bishop here. So let's confirm if this is the right move, first of all, because I want to make sure I'm not telling us the wrong thing. So I'm going to turn it on. And I am completely wrong. So let's see. I mean, I'm not completely wrong. It's still good for us. But you guys had it. You guys had it with queen e3. So now I'm confused. What's going on? What's the deal here? Knight g4 check. King takes e2. Knight takes e3. Wow. Wow. So the deal is the queen's under attack, and after the queen moves, we're going to take this. Oh no, knight to d4. Knight to d4, okay. But the deal is we have so many pieces. A rook and a knight. Rook and a knight. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces for the queen. Yeah, now I can't even believe. That's right. That's right. That's right. But hey, this is why we get these mistakes out of the way now. So, all right. But is everyone clear on this? Like, even just 3 pieces for a queen is good. We have 4 pieces, one of which is a rook. So, no wonder we're ahead. And our king's relatively safe. I mean, we just gotta move and then we're fine. What's up, Booster? Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Alright. Let's go back. So you guys were correct. Queen e3 was the move. But I'm not sure if anyone noticed that the idea was that after this, we were going to take 1, 2 more pieces, and so we just have so many pieces. So it's fine. My idea of d4 wasn't ideal because we still, even though we have the bishop, it's better, but it's still like not awesome for us because there's still a lot of threats like this, and eventually this. Yeah, we have to play bishop d3, which... weird move. I don't think I would see that. I guess it's to stop this and save our bishop, but very weird move, and this is kind of crazy. So, anyway, let's go. I don't even remember what we were just looking at. I think we were looking at bishop g4, queen d2. Here. We captured, all right, yeah, we just looked at this. All right, now we know queen e3 is the move. Okay, I have one more. Let's turn off the engine. Let's try this one now. Knight takes c2. Okay, just so we're all clear now, this is no longer an option. I don't think, because the knight can just take it. So, what do we play now? We have to get out of check somehow. What do we play? Some people are saying d4. Sleepy potato, king takes e2. So we have 2 moves. Yeah, I think this is good because it's a bishop. And it's annoying us anyway. So I want to take it. And if we play d4, then we still have this problem of the knight just takes it and we still have this discover check, right? So I think I want to just take this. Let's see what the engine says. Yes. d4 is not even a move, so why is that? Yeah, just because knight takes d4. Yep. Okay. So king takes e2 is the move. And then I'm going to turn off the engine again. I want to just do a little exercise here. I think this would be useful. Let's just suppose, I don't think this is good for black, but let's just suppose they take our rook. And we're left with this position. We have 4 pieces. Black only has 2. But what do we play? Like, how do we proceed here? What move do we play at this moment in the game? And why? And then we're going to check it with the engine and see if we got it right. Like, this should be winning for us, I think. Completely winning. We're up 2 pieces, maybe even 3 pieces if that knight gets trapped. But what do we play? So I'm going to think, and I have a move that looks pretty good. At least in my head, it looks good. What do you guys play? Somebody says b4. Somebody says rook to e1. Somebody says knight to g5. Okay. I like the variety. Here. So we have 3 moves. Anyone else? By the way, my idea is separate from all of these. Not saying that it's the best one. I don't know, but I have an idea. Gary says b4. Okay, Vorador says he wants to develop his knight c3. So we have all these ideas. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. My idea. Somebody says, Jared, queen to g5. Okay, that's interesting. Yep, queen to g5 is a move. My idea is queen e3. And the reason is it's a forcing move in the sense that it's attacking black's queen. trading is good because I'm already up 2 pieces, so trading queens is ideal. And if black doesn't trade and moves the queen somewhere, then I have this, which now gives me an attack on black's king. Also defended by the knight, so I could potentially trade queens again. So that's why I'm playing queen e3. I like the idea of b4 though, because you're going to go here and trap the knight, and you're doing it with tempo. So definitely I like that. Somebody else had said rook to e1, which also definitely has... that's a good idea too. So I like all the moves that everybody said. This is what I'm playing. Let's see what the engine says. Wow. Knight to a3. Okay. Well, there you go. That seems like it's about par for the course for this opening. Knight on the rim. Why not, Traxler? Knight a3. Okay. Or knight c3. So Vordor, I think, said develop the knight. There you go. Engine likes that the best. So what I'm going to do is go through the lines that we thought and see what's up. What's up with queen e3? Okay, that's a very good move. It's still +9 versus +12. So, I mean, all right, fine. Let's check b4. b4 also very good, +11. So that, now it's saying +12. So, all right, so b4 is good. b4 was a good move. I guess in my mind, I'm like, if I can trade queens, even though maybe it's not as good, it simplifies the game. And so if it simplifies the game, it becomes easier to win, right? So, but yeah, b4 seems like it was awesome there. Yeah, b4 is coming as the number 2 move now. All right, so you guys pretty much had it. Yeah, knight a3. I don't really know what the idea is. Like, let's see. Knight a3. I just want to see what the computer's thinking. a6, e4. Let's say a6. Queen g5. Somebody had said that move, right? b5. Queen takes g. I don't understand this move. Actually, hold on. I have an idea. Maybe the idea is by playing knight a3, you're basically trapping this knight for a long time now because you're controlling the c2 square. So the knight can't leave. And you're developing a piece. So now your queen can leave, and this knight is still trapped. And after the bishop comes out, you can take it later. Maybe. It makes sense, I guess. Okay, interesting idea by the engine there. Yes, Booster. Engine is crazy. You're right. Simplified, yes. Well, we're 2 pieces up, Kevin. We're 2 pieces up. We have 4 pieces, and black only has 2. So, all right, guys. Oh, rook e1. Rook e1. Yeah, let's check rook e1. That's a good point. What's the deal with rook e1? Okay, rook e1's not bad. So the fact that all of these moves are kind of pretty good tells me that there's no like crazy tactics in this position that we're missing. It's kind of like just a normal position where it's like, hey, we're up 2 pieces. There's a lot of good moves. Knight a3, queen e3, rook e1, b4. You know, let's check queen g5. Yeah, queen g5 was a good move. Like, there's a lot of good moves for us. So that's basically what I'm gathering from this fact. Yeah, rook e1, the engine rated it 10, +10. So everything seems to be in the range of +9 to +12. Best moves being knight a3 and b4 are +12. Queen e3 is +9.7. Rook e1 +10.3. So Booster, yeah, you got it. Knight a3, not letting. That's right. All right. Any more questions? Kind of generic questions on the Traxler. We looked at a lot of different lines. Very brief summary version is if you don't want all the fireworks, you play bishop takes, bring it back, try to develop and castle, and get into a somewhat more normal position. If you're okay with fireworks, knight takes f7. After this, you play king f1, queen e7, take the rook, d5, you capture with the pawn. Then you remember to play d6 and go from there. So that's my recommendation, d6, and then knight f7 after queen takes. Any questions? No chance that Borodor's ever going to play it. Amazing lines. If you don't blunder material, you eventually win. Yeah, if you don't blunder material and you don't get checkmated. That's right. Where were the lines where the queen went to f2? Queen went to f2. That was... I don't remember. That's a good question. I don't remember. Can you guys see? Oh, I don't have it turned on. I forgot. My bad, guys. This whole time I thought you were seeing the engine stuff when I was talking about it. My bad. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, you can see that the lines that I'm looking at, there's a whole bunch of mess. There's a whole bunch of mess here. I don't remember which lines we even looked at that went to queen to f2. Somewhere in here. It's kind of like a needle in a haystack at this point. Jay, yes, I will, because so if you play knight to g5 against the two knights defense, which I do and is very common, then you have to be prepared for the Traxler. So yeah, I will play this for sure, and I'm gonna go for this line. I like that kind of stuff. I'm gonna play that. Let him take. I'm gonna play king f1. I'm gonna take the rook. I'm not gonna lose my queen. I'm gonna take this way. I'm going to play d6. They're probably going to take this way. I'm going to play knight here. And then, yeah, I'm going to totally do that. Yep. Oh, on stream? Yeah, we can try to play it. Yeah, we'll try to play a game. I mean, it's random, right, what they play. But we can give it a try. I'll play some games. Yeah, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, guys. And I will be right back, and we'll play a couple games. Actually, I have an idea. I have a good idea. What we can do, if you guys want, we can play a simul, and I can play white, and you guys can play black, and everybody plays the Traxler, and I'll play it as white, and you play it as black, or vice versa. I can play it black, and you guys can play it as white and try to remember the lines. And I can try to mix it up on you. That might be fun. I'm going to take a 5-minute break or 3-minute break. I'll be right back. And we will do that. So, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do a simul. We'll do a Traxler simul in like 5 minutes. All right, guys. Let me switch over to chess.com and we will do this. Okay. So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, I have to move this around a little bit. I have to readjust things. 1 second. And put my board here. There we go. Looks pretty good. Okay, I want you guys to challenge me, and the rules are going to be, you can choose. I'll let you choose if you want to play the white side or the black side, but we are going to play the 2 knights defense and then the Traxler. So as a recap, sorry, I have to go to analysis board. Oh, it's a different size. Of course it is. Sorry, I'll use this one. Sorry. Recap. This is what you have to play if you're black. Okay, you play knight c6. And on bishop c4, play knight f6. Okay, so 2 knights defense. And then I'll play knight g5 and you play bishop c5. And we'll go into a Traxler. And at this point, you can play whatever you want. After you play bishop c5, play whatever you want. And same thing if you're white, you just have to remember to e4, knight f3, bishop c4, and then play knight g5. And then same thing after the Traxler happens, so after bishop c5, you're free to do whatever you want. Let's do 15-minute games with an increment, maybe 15-minute with a 10-second increment. How about that? So yeah, just challenge me on chess.com to a 15-minute game. You can choose the color if you want, unrated, with a 10-second increment. And I will accept all the challengers, and we will all play Traxlers and see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Oh, that's the analysis board. Sorry, guys. I'm having a moment over here. Having just a bit of a moment. Okay. Here we go. All right. Vordor 1510, unrated, black. Good luck. J-Man 1510, unrated, good luck. I'm black, this one, okay. Knight f3. Anyone else want to jump in? We're playing the Traxler. Just challenge me to an unrated game, 15 minutes, 10-second increment. And make sure you play the openings that you're seeing right here. All right, bishop c5. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do it. Nobody else wants to play this? Come on, guys. This is fun. It's unrated. You have nothing to lose. Come on. Challenge me. Challenge me. Let's go. All right. What do I play here? I think we got to sack the bishop. Let's do that. And can't find the account. Oh, I'm Nelsie. I'm Nelsie. Nelsi. It's not working. Jay, is it like telling you something or? All right, king f1. Finishing up Rocket League. Yeah, well, you got to finish that first. All right, king f1's a move here. All right, we got a challenger. Nope, we had a challenger and it just went away. Okay. What do I want to play here? I don't think I have a choice here, right? Queen e7 is the move. All right, Soft, good luck. Aladern, good luck. I think I can pre-move all those moves like that. Aladern, it's your turn. Okay. It's weird looking at it from Black's perspective. I think I have to play D5? Is that the move? Yeah, D5. All right. We're taking the rook. Took with the pawn. Let's see. How can I mix it up here? Well, we'll just stick with the main line for this part. Knight G5. Whoa. Aladern played something different. All right. It's okay. We'll go with it. J-Man, D6. Where did you come up with that move from? D6. What a move. All right. Let's do this. Oh, that's you, Benz? Okay, cool. I'll take that. Aladern, I don't know what we're doing now. We are not in the Traxler. This is something else. Well, I'm just gonna castle, I guess. Ah, king takes f2. Okay. So how do I want to approach this? I feel like one of these checks is good. Hey, there's Jay. I'm gonna pre-move these moves. Oh, let's go with this one. Well, hold on. Yeah, we'll do it. Let's go with 94. Okay, king f1. Knight takes e4. Mixing it up, are we? Okay. I like that. I think this was not good though. Why? Yes. I think it was queen h5. Now, how do we take advantage of this? Here? Let's try it. Okay, I'll take the rook. Kind of want to pin that. Yeah, let's pin it. J-Man, good game. I'll go back and analyze that in 1 second. D5. All right, so let's see. I don't do this because I might lose my queen. I have to take this way. All right. Yeah, G6. I think I can just take this. Bishop F4. Okay, let's take this now. So, J-Man, let's see where you went wrong. I think, so you were good here. D6 was good. Ah, and then taking. Okay, so you remember how we had said we don't take right away. We bring the knight back first because it chases the queen away. Gets the knight a little bit more into the action. And then that only happened kind of later on. Yeah, that was the problem. Because if you take it right away, then it's really hard to deal with this threat right here. Like maybe if you would have played king g1, and then if I would have went there, you could have played like queen f1 to kind of remember that maneuver, king g1, queen f1 that we saw. That probably was what you had to try there. King f1, and then there's no defense to that threat. But good game. Okay, Vorador is thinking. It's my turn over here. The knight comes in, and then we said d6. Okay. This is an interesting position. J, let me go ahead and take this. Okay. I have a double check. The king can just move over. I could take this first. Yeah, let's take that first. Okay, captures with the pawn. So most of the lines we looked at was if queen takes, then knight here. Hey, Jared finished his Rocket League. Good luck. I'm gonna pre-move these moves. Let's see. So double check. What's happening here? What's happening here? I know there's that move. Was this the crazy one where you play c3? No, there was some move. What was it? Was it like bishop f7 check? I feel like I'm gonna do that. I just have a feeling that that's what I was supposed to play. Just have a weird feeling. J disconnected. Oh, queen e7 first. See, now I can probably castle, although how does that change things? That's interesting. Yeah, we'll try it. Try to castle first. Okay, do that. King over. Now, can I chase this knight away? Ooh, what a move. What a move, Vorador. That's tricky. That's tricky. Let's see. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, bishop g4. Okay. Now we'll go queen here. I don't know. I don't know if this is right anymore. Looks scary. Okay, so Jared, you're supposed to play knight first. This is a little different, but we can transpose. That's okay. I'm gonna play knight to g5, but you have to play knight f6. Okay? Don't take my knight. Don't take my knight with your queen. It's a free piece, but I'm gonna transpose back into the line. So I'm gonna play here. Jared, play knight f6. It's okay. As long as you play knight f6, we're good. Just play knight f6. Okay. What's happening here? I'll take this. Yes, bishop e2. So now I have to take this. Interesting, Jay. Interesting idea. So what do I do now? Just move the knight back? I guess. Okay, let's go for another check. Yeah, so alright, Benz has me thinking. So what's the deal here? I only have 2 moves. Nope, 3 moves. This one, the big threat is queen here. G3 takes. And then what do I do? Here, what's the move? Queen there, check. I could take the knight, but am I getting mated? Check. King can run over here. Wow, that's something. Or I can go to G1, try to hide over there. Queen here, threats on F2. This is something. Kind of looks like my best chance is to go over here. You're thinking about trapping my queen? What? Trapping my queen? Well, that's more than I'm thinking about, I'll tell you that. Question is, what do I do if this move? How do I defend that square? Maybe I did something wrong here. I guess I gotta go for it at this point. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh, nice move, nice move. Yeah, okay. Traxler is scary. Traxler is scary. I guess I gotta try this. Actually, hold on a second. What about Queen F3? Oh yeah, Queen F3. Oh, Vorador got disconnected. That's too bad. That was getting interesting. Okay, Queen G5. Am I getting mated is the question here. I don't see a mate. At least not immediately. I mean, that's the only legal move, right? Gotta take that. D5. I guess we have to take this way. Yeah, sorry, Vorador. We had a good one going there. If you want a rematch, we can do it again. That was an interesting position. Why am I thinking so much? I have to take this, right? Yes. And then King F1. Oh, good move. Guess I'm just mated. Yeah. I didn't see that. I did not see that. So this kind of shows if you get your lines mixed up, what happens. This shows what happens. Guys, these are hard openings to play in a simul. Can I just say that? Oh, you checkmated me with the knight? I thought queen f3. That's way cooler. Good game. Yeah. Good game. Good game, Aladern. Let's see. We've got J over here. It's my turn here too. Alright, so I'm going to take the rook. Man, this is kind of nuts. This opening is crazy. I'm going to try this move, even though I have a bad feeling. Yeah, no problem, Sleepy Potato. Go get some sleep. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Benz. Yeah, challenge me again. Go for it. What did I play? Queen h5. Yes. Then I took it. Ooh, excuse me. And then I think I took this. And then I went here. You played king e7. What's the move here? d5? Oh yeah, and I was. Is this where we got disconnected? I think it was, right? I was about to play queen f3. I think that was what I was about to play. Yeah, we'll try that. I thought you were going to play that, Jay. I did. I did think that. And I was going to play... I was going to play h3. Yeah, let's do h3. Okay. So I think I'll do this queen h5 move again. I think that's pretty good. Okay, takes with the pawn. We'll play the main line, knight to d4. Yeah, this game with Jay looks nasty. Looks nasty. He changed it up a little bit, and I'm in a mess here. If I take this, what happens? The rook takes. Takes. The queen takes. Is there some mate? Queen goes here. Mate's over here. Queen here. Knight there. Smothered mate. Where I have to give the queen. No, that's no good. That's no good. Ah, what if I take this? Ah, now that could be an idea. Let's see. Then maybe he takes with the knight instead. Then what do I do? He takes with the knight. Ooh, then there's like a sack here. That's pretty scary. Or I could go here now. Boom, boom. What if I just go there and leave it? What's gonna happen? Bishop here. I mean, it looks like taking it is too risky because then this comes in. Right? Yeah, that's too risky. I'm gonna try this. I'll try that move. Okay, so d6. Queen takes is the best move, so I'll play that. What's up, Checks? We're doing a simul. We're doing a simul with only the Traxler counterattack. Everybody has to play Traxler. So if you're wondering why all the games look like nuts, that's what's going on. Everything is crazy. Like this move. What? I guess we gotta trade. We gotta get the queens off. We gotta do it. So 9 of 7, okay. Benz was paying attention. He was paying attention to the lesson. So let's say Queen C5 is the move. D3, yep, that was good. Now I know there was a couple of lines here. I know we looked at B5. I know we looked at Bishop G4. So I'm gonna try to play something that we didn't look at maybe to mix it up. Yeah. Okay, Benz, let's see. Let's see what you have to this move. Bishop H4. Let's do that. Okay. Am I up a rook here? Let's see. Yeah, I'm up the rook, so I want to just trade. I just want to trade. Ah, that B4 idea. I don't want to take it. I'm gonna get forked, so I guess I gotta go here. Ooh, J, knight to D4. This is very scary. Let's see. I don't know if I can get away with a move like C3. Is that too slow? Knight can go here. Maybe I need to play D3. Let the bishop out. Oh, wow. Wow, this is nuts. Yeah, well, let's go D3. Okay, let's try to trade. Queen D2, yeah, I think that's a good move. I think that's a good move. I wonder if I have a trick here. I'm seeing something. Let's but does it work? Does it actually work? Oh, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Let's go there. This game is interesting now. Knight there. Okay, you can have that rook. I have a clever idea behind this move. Let's see how it's gonna turn out. Yeah, this game's crazy too. Uh-huh. Yeah, Benz, be careful. Take your time on this one. Okay, queen e3, that's probably good. I'm gonna come back to that one. Let's make a move over here first. Let's see. Can I take this now? Knight takes. No, it doesn't look good. Let's go here. And then let's go ahead and go here. Well, I don't want to trade queens, so that's pretty much out. That's, it's an option. It's not awesome. What else can I play? I can go back. Feels kind of awkward. What can we do? What can we do? I don't really like it, but I guess I have to go back here. I don't see any other ideas. Queen h5, okay, so now, can I take this now? Oh no, I can't. Alright, I can't do that. Let's go here. I thought I could. Okay, queen there. let's go here. Let's go. H6. Here, maybe now I can take this. Yeah, bishop e3. Okay. Does that idea work? Takes, takes. Takes, takes. No, not really. Guess I gotta take this. I don't see what else to do. Okay, Traxler, here we go. Ah, the bishop takes line. Okay. So then it's king e7. Okay, let's take this knight. So we get a little bit of material back. Let's go here. Bishop goes back, so it's rook f8 is the move. g3. That's pinned. Okay. Let's try that. All right, let's trade there. Let's go here. Let's take this. Oh, b4. This is like a Traxler Evans gambit. Interesting. Not sure that it works, but it's a interesting idea. Very interesting idea. Okay, have to take that. I don't think there's any dangerous discovered checks, so I'll just take this. Okay. So I'm just down a rook. I'm just down a rook at this point. So how do we make something happen? Lots of good ideas. I gotta make a move over here though. Okay. No, I can't go there with any trades. That's not good. That's not bad. I like that move. I like this move. Let's try that. Okay, here we can do double check and then get the knight. It looks pretty good. King e2, okay. So, how do we get more pieces into the action? This way? That looks good. Question is there any cool tactic here? That's going to be better. All of my ideas almost work. They almost work, but they don't work. Almost isn't good enough. It's not good enough. Carolux. Let me see what time it is. Probably am not going to start any new ones right now because I want to try to finish up this simul. So maybe next time. We can do that. Rook to e1. Yeah, that's good. It's a good move. I think it's a good move. Oh, did I run out of time? Jay flagged me? How could you? How could you flag me, Jay? Alright, good game. I think I had mate in like a couple moves, but I was... B4 takes D6. I don't know. It looked like there was mate. But now I'm going to flag on this game too. Let's see. I really don't know what to do here. That's the problem. Alright, I'm going to just do that. I don't know. Next time 30-30. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what we need. So what's the idea here? If queen takes, I have that fork. Rook takes, I still have that fork. Or this move. What about king takes? That's what I didn't have time to think about. X-Rage, not right now. I'm going to try to finish up this simul. Yes, this move. I didn't really see anything. Yeah, good game, Borador. I can't let that king escape, so let's go here. Because if he gets back there, I'm not going to get it. Over here, we might have a chance. We might have a chance. Guess my king is going on a run here. It's like almost 11. It's almost 11 where I'm at, but I have work. I have work in the morning. Unfortunately. Still have a full-time job. Is he gonna get away? Is he gonna get away now? King F2? If I could take my own bishop, I would do it. No, I didn't mean to do that, although it might work out. I guess I could take this. But I'm running out of pieces. That's the problem. I'm running out of pieces and I'm running out of time. We might actually get into a playable endgame. Down the exchange. Pawns are even at the moment. Okay. It's more than I thought I was going to get out of this. Yeah, this is playable, I guess. I can try to hold on. It's 4 a.m. for Ben's. Wow. You play well for 4 a.m. Go, man, go. You can do it. You can do it. Guess I have to go catch that pawn, right? I think I have to. He doesn't want to let me, though. What is happening now? This is a weird position. I'm running out of tricks, guys. I'm running out of tricks. Fun little fact. Knights are no good at catching pawns. Knights are no good at that, as you will see. Yep, they're just not good at it. Here. Back here. Can't do anything. So, let's try that. We almost would get a queen and knight, but not quite. Okay, Benz, let me take this pawn and get my knight away, and then we'll see if you can win with the queen. Just for kicks. You already won. I give this game up. You're not gonna let me take it? Okay. Oh, take it? Okay, I'll go take it. This is actually an endgame that I don't know, so it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure it's a win, but like I don't know off the top of my head what the technique is. This should be good for you though, because I'm already like on the edge of the board, so should be definitely easier than if it was like in the center. But maybe it's still a little tricky. Let's see. They don't have a lot of moves though. So if I go there, the queen can go here, or oh no, the king just goes here and takes it. No, so I can't go there. So that's no good, which means just gets taken, just gets taken, just gets taken. Only moves this. Yeah, that just wins. Nice. Yeah, this was like a tough position on the edge of the board like that. Basically, the knight just gets captured anywhere it moves. Oh, I have this move. I didn't see that. Okay, hold on. It's not over yet. Oh, Joshua, you had this. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I actually have never played this before in a game. I haven't studied it either. Okay, so we can go here or here. That looks risky. Check, King up. Oh, I have 18 seconds. Guess we're going with that one. Now he has that though. Then I have to go there. Okay. So here. Now there's mate there. Nice. Yeah, there's just mate. Okay, so that's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Maybe he'll take my knight. Oh no, my knight. If I can quote Eric. Good game. So Ben's beat me with white and black in the Traxler. I think I need to study it some more. Do they actually have that lesson on here? Queen and knight? Where's that at? Where is that at? I thought there was like end games. Is it over here? Minor piece. No. Imbalances. Advanced. No. No. I thought there was something on here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Endgame practice. Let's see if it's in here. Knight endgame. Does Lee Chess have it? Does anyone know? I wanted like a practice one. I just want to see what the basic idea is, just for my own sake. Bringing the king. This is a much like better position for black because you're centralized. When we had it, I was already like stuck on the side, so there wasn't a lot of options. So basically, you just keep bringing the queen and king closer. And eventually you get them to the edge, which is what we had. And then you get some sort of, yeah, mate threat. So, okay, so that's probably one of the more easy ones. Good to know. Yeah, no problem, Benz. Glad you learned. Joshua wants to see King's Gambit sometime. The endgames in the 16 to 1800 video. Cool. Good deal. Any last questions? I gotta wrap up for tonight. Is the Vienna good? Yeah, the Vienna's pretty good. I don't play the Vienna. I don't have a ton of experience, but I think most people tend to have a good experience with it. You like the idea about try to defend the pawns in the endgame? Yeah. Yep, it's important. Yeah, no problem, Jay. Thanks for tuning in. Stafford Gambit, okay. Do you guys like the opening studies as opposed to like just playing games and commentating on games? Do you think the opening studies are more helpful? Because we could also do like end game studies. We could, I don't know exactly for tactics. Like we can do puzzle rushes and like talk through the solutions, things like that. Okay, opening studies good. Okay. Vorador, yeah, that is a crazy one. Yeah, we can do the opening study on more like mainstream kind of a not so crazy opening too. Okay, opening study and then a simul to practice it afterwards. Yeah, that was good. I think that was good too because that like really helps kind of cement the ideas and some of the lines in there. Cool. Well, thanks for the feedback, guys. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Oh yeah, yeah, Jay. It's helpful for me too, for sure. I'm gonna remember those, at least some of those lines when I play my bullet games. Yes, maybe we will have to up the time. Oh, by the way, fun little fact, guys. We just broke 6K. We just broke 6K subscribers while streaming. I just checked it. It was like 5,900 something when I started, and we're at over 6K now. Yeah, thanks. That 35 principles video has been like, I think YouTube is starting to push it, so been getting a lot of subscribers from that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys. 100K. Yeah, that sounds like such a big number. Like even 6,000 is like seems like a lot to me. Yeah, we went from 5K to 6K in 3 days. I think, let's see, what's the date? The 14th. Yeah, I think it was like on the 11th or something when I passed 5K. So we got 1,000 in 3 days. It's pretty nuts. Yeah, I can probably show you guys something here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll show you the graph and how it like changed. It's pretty crazy. Let me go to my studio. All right, let's see the live count. Lifetime. All right, I'm gonna bring this over and try to get it where you can see it. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Hang on 1 second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Having technical difficulties here. Sorry, there's a part of the screen somewhere. All right, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? This will be easier. There we go. All right, check it out. See that spike? That's the lifetime. Look, that's like the last 3 days. Right here. It just like took off. It's going like up in a straight line now. Hey, there's another one. Yeah, pretty crazy. I don't know what happened, but I guess YouTube finally was like, we'll actually show these videos to some people now. Do I plan on doing sub battles? I haven't really thought about that. It's a good idea. I have to think through that. Maybe at some point. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped because I'd like to be able to do this full time at some point. So maybe that day is getting closer than I realize. We'll see. I think maybe around 100K subscribers would be roughly where I would need to be to do it full time, depending on how much teaching on the side I want to do, like students and stuff. Hey, yeah, so Benz, did you find me from a recommended video, or did you were you searching for something in like the general YouTube search and then saw it? I'm just curious. Shivam, you found it and recommended? Okay, that's good to know. Because it's hard for me to like really know if YouTube's recommending my videos or not. You were searching and found me? Yeah, I think that's how most people find it, through like just the search, not from YouTube recommending it. Yeah, Jay, 100K. I mean, 100K is like 20 times what I have right now, so it's a huge amount more. Kind of depends if I can get any more income from just ads, because ads aren't a lot. But I'm working on a course that I'm gonna start selling that I think it'll be pretty popular, because everybody wants a reply against D4 with black. So I'm making a course with my sort of secret weapon. Showed up and recommended. Okay, cool. How to get past 1800. Gotcha. Cool. All right, guys, I gotta run. I'll see you guys next week, same time. We'll figure out what opening to do. D4, best reply is E5. Yep. Peace.